So we take things that are like, for example, this you can't see it, but there's a piano. We saw it on the side of the road, and we were picking up some stuff.
It was free.
And it was free. And it worked. So we just, hey, mover, can you throw that in the truck, please? We got it. I painted it gold. Now it's like one of the highlights of our place.
You're listening to the Venue RX podcast.
What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining us here on the Venue RX. On this show, we are passionate about documenting and sharing the best practices around owning, operating, and managing world-class wedding venues. And for us, we are really passionate about bringing that education to you and making wedding venue education as accessible as possible. And so we do so many different types of shows here on this channel. And whether you're joining us on YouTube or on the podcast, thank you so much. We have these wedding venue series shows that we've been doing, and they are by far my favorite because we get to talk to real wedding venue owners and operators and people who are in the trenches. They're doing the work, day in, day out. Their teams are working on these venues, and it's really, really exciting to be able to hear some of these stories. And so we've got one of these shows for you today. Now, if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, please consider doing so and sharing with a friend or someone else who maybe is in the industry who would get some value from this. And now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Michael and Amanda from the Glass Slipper Palace. Thank you so much for being here today.
Hi. Hey, we are excited to be here. I'll tell you that right now.
Thank you for having us.
I am so excited to have you. Thank you for coming on the show. Your venue is incredible. There's so many, it's very different than a lot of the venues and I love that you're actually in the venue right now. It makes it really cool. And for anyone watching on YouTube, you get to see it. Give me your background. Are you guys a couple? How did you get in this building? Talk to me about.
No.
I love it.
Yeah, we're engaged actually.
Okay,
this is my engagement ring. Yeah. She has one too.
To change it up a little bit and get him an engagement ring too.
And that thing's got some bling to it.
Yeah. I told her, "Where's my ring? You got an engagement ring. Where's mine?" So I was so long. I guess
they only got engaged.
Yeah, so we got engaged February 2020. Actually right before the pandemic.
Yeah, literally
and we've been together 7 years now? Almost? Yeah, 7 years now. And after we got engaged, she was looking for big, huge ball gown dresses. Big wedding gowns, and we started looking. I was trying to help her, send her, what do you think about this? I don't want to see it with you on, just what do you think? And we found a niche in that market at first. Believe it or not, we were going to be a bridal store. So originally we were going to be three things in one: a bridal store, event space, and a peer space photo studio. Yeah. But we actually contacted overseas. We were going to have dresses from Bulgaria. What was it? Dubai, Romania. And we actually contacted them. We had samples sent to us. We're going the whole 9 yards. And during while we're planning and stuff, the pandemic hit. And so of our wedding. Yeah. So, and then we made this vision board. I used to do music. So I pulled all my recording studio, every single Sunday, no joke, every single Sunday, I would drag her out of bed, have her coffee ready, and
go into the basement where our vision wall was.
Yeah, go into the basement where my studio was, and we created this vision wall of every single thing you see here was on this wall. So we just decided okay, the bridal store, it's too much. Let's scratch it. Let's just go pure event space, wedding venue, but let's just be different because we found that when we were looking for a place ourselves, no one had this. Everyone treated us like a number. Yeah. Everyone wanted to add all these extra fees, and we were just not happy. So we dug it out, stuck it out. 2 years, no joke. The whole pandemic, we
planned it all.
We put dotted all the I's, crossed the T's and stuff like that. And once it started opening up, we started, okay, full force. Let's find a venue. Let's get this going, and this is take the leap. Don't be scared. And here we are. The Glass Slipper Palace is amazing, up and running. Yeah, we're about 6 months, 6, 7 months now.
Yeah, officially open.
Open 6 months. Yeah.
But
Amazing.
Since March of last year.
Amazing. So yeah, 2 years after the pandemic kind of like started, I guess. Yeah, because in March, you said March last year. So then share with me, where geographically are you, just for anyone who's listening on the podcast?
Downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah. Downtown.
Yeah, 11th
The
and
heart.
Broadway.
The nicer part.
Yeah.
The nicer part.
Yeah, because depending on if you've been to LA recently, there's some tricky parts, but there are some beautiful venues down there. You know, I think in the Arts District and some areas, and yours is
Yeah, there is.
is not an exception for sure. Amanda, tell me a little bit about your background. You know, Michael, I know you said you did music. What's your background?
Well, I was a YouTuber, an influencer before owning a venue. I also work in the restaurant industry in a really high-end restaurant. So yeah, I've just been an influencer, did all the YouTube, TikToks over the pandemic. We got big into TikTok, got pretty big on there.
Ads.
Yeah, we still do
Yeah.
TikTok ads.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we come from an influencer background, both of us. And we were actually on tour with LMFAO. That's how we actually met.
No way.
But yeah, so we definitely have been in the entertainment industry. Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I was a hype man for them, and
for
did
like
some-
10
did-
years.
Yeah, since 2000,
Well, 12 total, but
2008 to 2011. So, you know, worked on like music stuff, you know, touring, wore multiple hats, let me tell
Yeah.
you, and then did a, you know, full turnaround, and here we are.
yeah. And then I got hired as a backup dancer. So we've traveled the world together.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely best friends first.
Yeah, we were. That's the crazy thing. And anybody out there listening, if you know, if you guys are friends first, that is so much more, because I literally would, you know, set her up on dates.
Yeah.
I would literally like talk to her about other girls, like legit best friend.
Yeah.
No joke, legit best friend.
And I got blindsided.
Okay,
here we are.
Okay, here we go.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, we just, you know, built a strong connection because of that.
But yeah,
so.
we definitely come from the entertainment industry, influencer industry. So we kind of had like that in mind, that every corner of the venue is a photo opportunity as well as an event space. So
Totally.
I think our background, yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, you're kind of reading my mind. I wanted to ask the question for both you and Michael, having this background in entertainment, in hospitality a bit, like how do you feel like that shaped how you designed the building? Because it's very unique. It's very different than certainly the areas that we have around here. So I'm wondering how much of kind of your backgrounds, influencer, social media, kind of some of that, how much did that, change how your vision was for your space?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely played a huge part in it, but I'm extremely creative in DIY. So everybody's always told me I should be an interior designer, but I just never like really had like a super passion. I love doing it for myself. Like our house looked like this,
Yeah.
you know, we used to live in West Hollywood in a house and it was all designed just like this. But I just never really had that in me to like design for other people, because I know how picky people can be, you know, and this is a very niche
Yeah.
style, you know?
Yes.
So everybody's always told me to be an interior designer, and I just like doing it for us.
Yeah.
So I was
And then also,
better way to do it for this.
and also too, we have been huge on branding. As you can tell, you know, we have this is like our uniform per se when we do tours. You know, we have, you know, coffee mugs, we have like water, coffee cups, we have water we give to our clients at Say the Glass Slipper Palace. And I just learned with the band, like, you know, branding is so important. And everywhere, it's not just putting a logo, it's, you know, making it tasteful, but also bringing something that you connect to. And for example, building this, anytime somebody would take a picture, we wanted to make sure, like, if you took that photo, you would know where it's taken without even putting our logo. You know, we have a 6-foot glass slipper, rhinestone glass slipper that we hand rhinestone ourselves. Took us 4 months. Hand rhinestone Swarovski crystals.
Individual crystals.
Yeah, so we took a picture of her Louboutin, and we sent it to our guy Happy, and he does like, you know, floats and stuff for Burning Man and Coachella. So he created this slipper, and it stayed in our living room for like 4 months. Everyone was like, "What the heck is this?" I was
A
like,
huge shoe in
just
our living
wait.
room.
"Just wait."
Just wait.
But then what really helped though, like going back to what you said, what really helped was, again, we were doing research without knowing we were doing research. Finding venue for ourselves before even thinking about the Glass Slipper Palace is, again, like there was always a fee for a groom suite or a bride suite, and there was always something. It was just no offense to
not that it's wrong.
Yeah, no offense to other venues, but it was just plain. Like, here's your chair, here's your makeup area, here's the get ready, and that's it. They're not thinking of, okay, you need to feel welcomed. I want to be able to take a picture in this bridal suite, and that's what we created here. And we really paid attention about the bridal suite and the groom suite.
Very detailed.
Yeah, very, very, very detailed. So that definitely helped and played a part in all this. Like you said, being, influencers and being in the music industry, it's just, taking care of and feeling like the client. Like when you walk in, we love it. We see it in our cameras because we have cameras throughout the whole building. Like when they do this, it was like, oh yes, this is what we envisioned. And that's what we had along the vision wall. When you walk into the Glass Slipper Palace, you're going to be in awe. We had that. And that's exactly what we see now. It's so amazing to come full force for circle.
I
love that you said that. I think that is definitely a missing opportunity for a lot of venues, and it's something that we think about with the venues that we manage. Is there something that's so signature that when you take a picture and that picture ends up on Pinterest or TikTok or wherever, right, that oh, that's that one place. And even if someone doesn't exactly know the name, it's so signature. So I love that you said that. I think that's something that we can all really learn from. Tell me a bit about how you got into the building itself.
Oh man.
Oh, that's a journey.
That's a journey.
So
the biggest journey.
Yeah.
Actually.
So we were looking on any Zillow, like every single website you can think of for, to look for venues before we even had the money. And we were just thinking, because we knew in our minds, we budgeted out already. Like the crazy thing about this vision wall, it not only had everything you see, but it had every contractor, every appliance, every vendor, every single person that you need to call to make this happen. It was on this wall, the numbers, the pricing. So we knew, okay, it's this amount of money. We need to get this much money in loans or investments or whatever it is. And if we get that, then we can open. So, okay, we need a monthly payment of this. We need a venue that costs this much money. And do we get one that's existing? Do we get one that is not? Like,
it's kind of hard to find.
Yeah, so we were looking for almost a year, right? I think it was almost a year. And we finally, it took seven offers. We looked in Glendale, we looked in Pasadena, we looked in Burbank, we looked in downtown Hollywood. And finally, this place, it wasn't for her, this amazing, fiance. If it wasn't for her, she saw this venue and it had 3 separate units. And she's like, why don't we just knock down the walls and make this one big unit?
Well,
it's in front of an amazing hotel, so we can work hand in hand with them.
Yeah,
so,
we were originally looking at very not large places, but larger places.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think now it worked out perfectly because this place was 1,000 square feet
each
unit. So we weren't even looking at it, but we kind of exhausted all of our options and we were like, there's no place left. We've literally looked at everything. Oh my God.
The loan payments are going to start coming. We're like, oh, what do we do?
We were like crying.
Yeah, no joke.
Like there's nothing left. I
kept saying, just hang in there. Something's going to come. Trust me. Trust the process.
And it was like, wait, okay. I really wanted the ceilings finished. I didn't want to see industrial. I mean, you can still see the air conditioner a little bit, but there was the thing that is big out here is like exposed ceilings.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So it was very hard to find a place that actually had drywall ceilings.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Like a drop ceiling.
So I was like, okay. Yeah, drop ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, these are 1,000 square feet, which is extremely under what we were looking for. We were like 7,000 square feet.
7,000, 10,000 square feet. But this is about 3,000 total square feet.
Yeah, because it was individual units. So we got 3 individual units and knocked down the walls between. So now we have 3,000 square feet.
2 mezzanines. So you can see some of them up here. But yeah, and then those were the the mezzanines are where the bridal suite and the groom suite are
And
now. So
a lot of people didn't believe in us. We
Yeah.
kept getting turned down because we were new business owners.
they said they don't care about the money. One person even said, like, we want to see all your social media. We want to see your YouTube, your Instagram. And then once I send them, they're like, oh my God, you're that guy from LMFAO. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get a business.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to open up a business for me.
I'm like,
for
if
us.
that's gonna help us get a business, sure.
Yeah.
But
Whatever
yeah,
helps
no,
us.
he
7
believed in
times.
us. Yeah.
7
Yeah.
times though. It was
Everybody was like, no, new business owner, no event space. We even went up to the top of this like penthouse, and it was beautiful. And we told the owner that we were going to be doing an event space, and it only had an elevator because it was really high up. And he was like, wait, you're doing an event space? There's going to be 150 people in here? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, absolutely not. So,
after we told them.
Yeah.
After we told
so we got like struck down like multiple
and then
times.
finding the code that was really important, because we saw so many beautiful so many beautiful places that you can't even have music, you can't even have a banquet hall, a dance hall, or anything like that. So this one, luckily for us, already had that, but it wasn't. It was weird, I guess, because it changed so many times. The owners, each one that once it, and there's a lot of grandfathered in stuff. So like once that happened, it literally just fell into place, and it was amazing.
Oh, and we found a place with central AC.
Oh yeah,
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That was huge for me because a few places we looked at did not have air conditioning.
No.
And
They
I
did
was
not.
like, that's going to cost like $100,000 if we have to install an air conditioning unit.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
thank God that this place has central AC.
That is so cool. Well, what an incredible story. That is amazing. And I love the fact that you two kind of stuck with it, regardless of all the no's. And then you guys are like also like dating, engaged. No, you're dating at this point, right? You're not even engaged yet.
No, we're engaged.
Oh,
No,
yeah, we were
right now.
engaged at this point.
During the process though, were you were just
Yeah,
we were engaged.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
we got engaged February of 2020, and then that's what sparked it, because we were looking for
Got
a
it.
dress first, but we wanted to have dresses inside the venue, pull the dresses, then have the venues on the weekends, photo studio on certain days, and then like we said, okay, screw the bridal, not screw bridal.
Yeah.
focus on totally. Yeah. No, so I totally got it wrong. But that's amazing that you were like layering so many of these different things. I love that. Now you're at this place. You've been open for 6 months, I think you said, or so, right? From you said March of.
A little over, yeah.
Yeah.
We got the place in March.
No, we
and
got
we've
it
been
in
open
March
since
though.
August.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got it in March, and we opened in August.
Tell me about that time period. Like, what was it like taking it from just the 3 buildings? I mean, I got to ask all the tough questions for anyone who's listening.
Let me tell you, like, because
Literally blood, sweat, and tears.
when okay,
Literally.
okay, let me tell you, when she says blood, sweat, and tears, I'm gonna tell you a quick story about that, because once you guys look on our website, theglassupperpalace.com, you could see the entrance has bolsters, like small pillars, right when you walk in, with flowers on top. So just for like 4 bolsters, 4 small pillars,
I think that's how you say it.
bolsters, pillars, they were going for about
Columns.
$300, $400 just for 4, right? We were searching OfferUp, eBay, all this stuff. She found 40 of them for $200 on OfferUp. She's an OfferUp queen, by the way. All this you see, most of it is from OfferUp. So,
Wow.
You know what OfferUp is?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
Facebook marketplace,
what-
the best.
Yeah. So what we do, we take things. Everything you see here is DIY. So we take
DIY.
DIY. Sorry. So we take things that are like, for example, this you can't see it, but there's a piano. We saw it on the side of the road, and we were picking up some stuff.
It was free.
And it was free, and it worked. So we just, hey, mover, can you throw that in the truck, please? We got it. I painted it gold. Now it's like one of the highlights of our place. But
Photo studio.
yeah, photo studio. But the bolster thing, going back to that, the girl said, I need these. If you want them for $200, you need to pick them up today. We're like, oh crap, rented a U-Haul, shot all the way over from LA to, what was it, Van Nuys, I think
Not
it
much
was.
thought process of
Yeah.
how these
Heavy.
were actually going to feel when we got there. We just were like, oh my God, we need them.
Yeah, so
We're
we got there. Luckily, the girl, I forgot her name. She was amazing. She had a wheelbarrow, so she helped me, put everything in. I rolled it. We got to 25 pillars. Mind you, we got 40.
Also, mind you, I was not lifting them because they were so heavy.
They're heavy. They're like 40, 50
Extremely
pounds each.
Heavy each.
So on the 26th one, 27th one, my back went out. Literally, I fell. And I'm like, I can't. She goes, what happened? Are you okay? And then they ran to me. I'm like, let's just take what we got. I can't do it. I'm so sorry, ma'am. We'll pay for the 200. We'll pay you. I can't take these. I'm so sorry. So she had to drive. I'm like, she's
no, they gave us a back brace.
Oh yeah, they gave me a back brace too, and I still tried. I still tried,
yeah.
But I said I can't do this. I can't do this. So we got 25, and literally blood, sweat, and tears. Here we are, and they're here, and I look at them each day. But I get angry, but happy at the same time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's wild.
That's a lot.
But every single day, though, and when I'm saying every single day, from March all the way to August, from about, because I work in IT during the day, so I would start at 8:00. So from 8, and I work from home, so 8 to about 2 a.m. every single day. No joke. We ripping up carpets, knocking down walls ourselves, because I didn't want to. Well, the contractor did the most work, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna finish this. And I was like, so if I knock this middle part, will anything fall? He goes, no, because the center beam is okay. I'm like, I'm gonna do this myself. I don't care. Sledgehammer, boom, knocking it down, painting stuff, she's painting outside while I'm knocking down inside and like moving things around. And it was literally both our jobs, and it was.
I don't know what we would have done if we weren't like crafty, handy people.
Yeah.
Like you do have to pay a lot of people to help you, but it really helps knowing how to do things on your own. As far as like DIY stuff, spray painting, nailing, everything.
And not to mention the once we knocked down the walls, we didn't realize the floors weren't leveled.
Yeah.
So one of the units was 6 inches higher. So then we had to put a step, and she's like, that's gonna ruin the aesthetic. We can't put tables all across the way. I'm like, we're just gonna have to do it. So now we actually made an amazing step that has these beautiful lights that go across. And we made a wheelchair. It worked out in its outright, because we needed a wheelchair access place for a venue, and that was our wheelchair access to go down. We made a ramp to go down to the other units, so it worked out.
But for future venue owners, when you sign a lease and they say as is, you better make sure that you know what that means, because that is exactly what that means. No ifs, ands, or buts.
And
as is.
And I'm glad we got to see that. I'm glad we got to see that, because the Glass Slipper Palace, we want to make this like nationwide. Like we want to do LA, San Diego, San Bernardino, Nashville. She's from Nashville. Yeah. But start here and grow from there. But same concept, same rich European Palace of Versailles. Like luxury, like, that when you step in, you're like, I'm in another world. Oh my God. Like, and it's, with the drapery and stuff like that, it already comes with the roses. It already comes with the drapery. Yes, it's white and gold, but it's kind of like a half blank canvas, as you can say. We call ourselves a luxury unicorn, because we're very different from a lot of different venues. But since we're a photo studio as well as a venue studio, venue and, weddings, quinceañeras, birthdays, corporate events and stuff like that, production, music videos.
Tell me a little bit about that. So what's your marketing like? Where are you marketing? And then how do you have your packages assembled? Like, how are you actually selling this to the public?
So,
talk about the marketing,
so for the marketing, we've tried, oh my gosh. And let's just rewind a little bit, because this is a part of, our strategy on the vision wall. We had your podcast on this wall. Like,
no way.
Because we were referring back to that. Like it was you, Neo, Davis, Brian Mannequin, Kristen. You had Kristen on. Yeah.
Kristen
Yeah, so
Binkford,
you're a
yeah.
huge part of.
Yeah.
you're
So
a
all
huge
these,
part
yeah,
of
all these,
why this is
all these like,
here.
I consider you guys mentors, honestly, tell you the truth, because we've learned so much from you. And from that, the marketing aspect of different things and people having, you guys saying different things, the people that you came on saying different things, we literally soaked everything in. We tried Yelp, we tried the Wedding Wire, we tried Eventective, hashtag venue, Zolo, Instagram, Facebook, Google, like everything, like every Twitter, like, and then reaching out to other influencers, our network, and doing like a half and half deal or all in deal or like something to, create and get the name out there. And then the packages is what we learning from. We start off with 4 packages. And then we went from 4
I was
to,
like, this is too much.
we went from 4 and we're like, no one is for the first 2 months, no one is doing anything. I was like, okay, well, let me,
because he was kind of studying,
studying different
what everybody was
tactics.
saying and stuff. And I was like, I don't know. It just feels like you're giving somebody too many options and they're feeling confused. I feel like it should be like a 1 or 2, all or nothing, like that's kind of,
and then we,
a future bride, that's kind of, that's kind of how I felt.
So we kind of took it as McDonald's and In-N-Out. McDonald's, it's good food if you're into that, but there's so many options. But In-N-Out, you only got 3 and it's great.
Yeah.
Right. So we only went 2. So it's either all in, or it's either venue, tables and chairs, or all in DJ, tables and chairs, catering, bar, staff, linens, tableware, glassware,
everything except for basically the cake and
except for that,
the photographer.
But which we actually know we can add that in the package if we wanted to. But yeah, so we just went from 4 to 2, and after we did that, after we saw the marketing and what the more in depth of what people are pricing, and we were kind of there, we just dropped it a little bit more, and boom, every single time we do like every other week or once a week tours because of the photo studios, production.
We just found it a little difficult.
Trying to manage.
We weren't doing just tours on one day, and we were like pulling the furniture off the floor, putting it back on, pulling it off.
All this furniture is gone during the events, except the bride and groom suite upstairs. Yeah. So once we did that, and once we went for an ad. I'm really good at editing videos and stuff like that, especially from the band. They used to do all their videos and highlight videos, and musicality is the best thing. Let me tell you guys right now, everyone listening, I even if you don't know how to edit, just find a good song. It doesn't have to be a trendy song. Trendy song helps, but make sure it matches your venue. It matches your, if you're going for an ad, right? Because you can't have a hip hop song and you see all this luxury, talk about money and robbing banks. No, you need classical music, Bridgerton style, which that influenced us as well. And that really, really helped with the marketing. Finding a nice song that gets you in and shows everything, shows our venue. What can you do? Other events, that's happened, using those into the video, but cutting it a certain way, and that definitely helped. Like after that, oh my God, like it's been a blessing. And from now we're starting to grow, but now we're converting almost 1 to 2 bookings each one, and we're doing like 5 each day. Okay. So it's pretty good, especially new. Like we've heard so many. So we have other friends that have venues, and we're like, we're still like, we got all this. They're still fighting. We're still trying to go for. We're still in the trenches. And we still have a lot more to do. Like we're not even done. Like we want to put. I'm not lying. On the ceiling, we want to put like the cathedral, like Sistine Chapel type of thing on the top. We're not done yet.
That's so cool. Like one of those perspective things.
More bookings.
Yeah, we're just trying to.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm curious if you would go back and do, Glass Slipper Palace number 2, maybe in Nashville, right? Or San Diego or wherever. Round 2 on this, where would you start your marketing? And I think this is a really important question, because if anyone's listening to this right now, they have more of an urban space or something that is like in the 3,000, maybe 4,000 square foot kind of range as far as like the venue space goes. How would you position yourselves differently maybe than you originally positioned yourselves? from a marketing perspective?
Well, I mean, well,
No wedding wire.
yeah, I'm sorry, but I know you said this too. A lot of people say this,
We didn't
and,
really
and,
like
and
the G,
everyone has their
sorry
own.
on that.
Yeah, everyone has their own take on it. But if you're just starting out, that is a lot of money to give out and dish out if you're just starting.
Yeah.
We
And
thought
you are in a contract and there is no getting out. Like,
exactly.
no getting out.
Because our thinking was, okay, if we just book one event, they'll pay it off.
Yeah.
But you have to book that event.
Yeah.
and it didn't didn't really help. So
and the leads are kind of not really.
So we experienced going back to what I was saying for the marketing. Where would I start? I would definitely you have to start to me on Instagram just to see who is your audience. Just throw like a blanket thing of a circumference of maybe, I don't know, 50 miles, 20 miles, whatever it is. It doesn't hurt to just maybe $200, maybe $100, just to see, okay, what's your market, right? And once you find who's watching, who's the female, male, is it 20 to 30, 30, 40, whatever it is. Once you find that, then market just to those people.
And shrink the circumference,
and then go smaller, and then little by little go bigger of where you want to go. Because sometimes it's weird. LA, people listening out there, LA is so big, but at the same time, it's like half and half. Some people don't mind traveling an hour away before it's a beautiful venue, but then you have some people that are like, it's 20 minutes away. I don't want to go there. I'm like, okay, well, we got an amazing hotel, which we have deals with to get 15% off if you book with us. Well, and our security will walk you because it's literally directly across the street. So our security will walk them across to their venue, to their room. So I would start with Instagram. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't start with WeddingWire. I would not start with Yelp. We tried Yelp ads. We were getting nothing but fake ads. I feel like
fake
leads. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like they were coming in and we're like, oh, we got another lead. Yay. And then I would ask the question, oh, thank you for, inquiring about the glass slipper palace. Even though I learned a trick, even though they say the guest count or the date, I would ask them again, the guest count, just to get a response. No response. For 2 months, we maybe got one response. Never again I'm using Yelp. Sorry. Oh. Don't give me a bad review, Yelp, please. Yelp for help.
Dang.
But
that's
yes,
wild.
I would definitely use Instagram, and then use your family and friends, your network. Don't be afraid. Hey guys, can you, put this on your page or shout us out or anything like that. And you don't even have to be in the entertainment or music industry or anything like that. Just, your cousin Joe, your Aunt Tiffany, or whatever it is, every single thing counts. And I've learned this because I used to have a podcast myself where I interviewed all DJs from DJ Top 100 in the world to the opener's opener, and because I've lived that life and I've learned, and I have so many friends in the DJ industry, and I wanted to have a podcast about 2 years ago. I stopped it, but interviewing, and I did 100 episodes, and I stopped right when this started, learning and researching, right after we got engaged. This is when I stopped it, because I was like, okay, if I retired, I guess you can say, to the music world. I was in a DJ MC duo group as well. So I stopped cold turkey, everything, and went full on in the Glass Slipper Palace. I still get messages today. Hey, we want to book you in Thailand. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm no longer doing that. But if you have a bride, that's
Send them on over
to LA, we will take care of you.
I love that.
Yeah. So I think the marketing is very important, and just not being afraid. Not being afraid to ask, and like I said, the analytics of Instagram really help, because I saw we kind of had some type of avatar, as you would say, and they're like about 30, 25 to 40, sometimes 50, but it just depends. Like I'm 37, so it's kind of in the same realm. So and then the perfect thing, the best thing ever. And is we have I guess you can say one up on a lot of different venues, is we're still engaged. we were looking ourselves. So every single time a couple comes in, we say,
connect.
we've been there. We know where
We're
you've come
there.
from. You know, we connect, and they love us. You know, we have some that want us to invite us to their barbecue, or like, thank you, but we have a booking that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a struggle, but a good struggle, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
For this time, though, I want to ask two more questions. One is, what do each of you do? And then the second one, I kind of want to ask a bit more of the packages, like how do you actually sell the venue? I know you mentioned the two packages and you simplified down from 4 to 2. So why don't we start there actually, then we'll go to what you do, and then we'll wrap up from there.
Yeah, so I mean, we talked about it earlier, but it's an all or nothing package, and it's basically just venue tables and chairs, $3,800. And we came up with that price because we kind of looked around the area, and the same square footage and everything was kind of, and just the venue they were offering. So that's kind of why we were at like 53.
53.
And it was kind of like barely getting, but once we dropped it to 3,800, I mean, we're getting
we
calls every 5 seconds.
Yeah, and we thought of it as let's just go there and then grow.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be money hungry. I'd rather do a bunch of 3,800s than 153 in 6 months. You know what I mean? And I like we can connect more and weed out the people that don't really fit our venue, but at the same time, you know, we can still provide.
So yeah, the basic rule, it's called the gold package. That is 3,800, and then you can go up to the royalty package, which is the all-inclusive catering, bar, day of coordinator, venue, tables, chairs, linen, silverware, glassware, and 30 by 30 tent. So in our back parking lot, we have 6 parking spots. They're 3 tandem. It's a 30 by 30 area. So for anything over 100, we put in that royalty package, 30 by 30 tent, fully draped in white drapes with chandeliers inside.
Wow.
So to kind of extend the building to make it a little bit bigger, because we do, we have up to 150 capacity in here, but seated is 100. So we'd like to kind
expand it. Yeah.
Expand,
so you can do
like
inside,
bar
outside.
And catering can be outside, dinners inside. We do have a bride in June that wants to do all tables outside and everything else inside, like dancing
and the good
catering
thing
and bar.
And the good thing is that area, that our parking lot is attached to our building, and it's gated. So we have our own gated, and we share it with a restaurant next to us, and like another tenant, but we have the majority of the spaces. We have it's huge. And once people see the tent, they're like, oh, wow. It's not like, I can't believe I'm in a parking lot, because we have turf, you can't even tell. You can't even tell.
Because there's drapery around the whole sides, and then we push it up to the building. So it just looks like an additional room. So yeah, that's included in the royalty package. So we just kind of gave it, an all or nothing, if you will. So people can choose if they want to, bring their own vendors and stuff. We don't charge for that. And a lot of places that we've seen does charge for outside vendors, but we want to be really flexible.
Yeah, we're super
really
flexible.
Accommodating, flexible. So that's kind of how we came up with
it's $1,000 deposit to reserve the spot.
Got it. Oh, regardless of the package?
Yeah, exactly. And then what we do is we like to, because everyone is not going to have the money up front. And we've learned that, and we've experienced it, when we're first starting, and we just realized, okay, $1,000 deposit, and that's refundable if nothing's broken, everything's brought back to its original state at the end of the time. And then a month from the day they sign is 50% of the 3,800 or the gold or royalty package, whatever it is. And then 2 months before the event is the rest of the deposit. So, or 50%. So that's how we do our,
So you do
that's
the
trial and error.
First.
Yeah. So that's really interesting. So you do $1,000 to kind of like secure the date plus act as their security deposit, and then 2 additional payments split into 50s. And then you return the security deposit if, makes sense.
Very cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so, we just had a party the other day. We did not include cleaning. We would tell them it's required, and they would hire an outside
cleaning
vendor.
service.
Yeah, cleaning service. But we just decided as of like Sunday that we're gonna start either doing a $1,500 deposit, because that'll be $1,000 refundable and a $500 cleaning fee. Just because it kind of got a little like not dicey at the end, but
They wanted to.
they used their family.
Yeah, they wanted to save money, and they said, "Hey, family, we're all going to clean." They bought all the products. You know, bless their hearts. They got the
Yeah.
mops, cleaning, sweepers. But no one wants to clean when you're having fun. You know, the main girl of you know the mom of the birthday. She got out of her dress, got into some sweats, and she was cleaning. And at the end, she's like, "Is everything okay? Did we get our deposit back?" And we're like,
It just didn't feel like good.
and they weren't happy because they had to clean, you know, and we end at 12 o'clock. So all the people that were here, the guests, they were asked to leave because they had to clean, and then they're mad because they're still drunk. They want to party.
Yeah.
One guy was like, "I thought LA closes at 2 o'clock." I'm like, "Sir, that's a club.
Yeah.
This is a
like, I'm so
luxury
sorry.
venue."
Yeah. I was like, so yeah, it was a little uncomfortable, kind of for the whole cleaning situation. So I was like, let's just hire our normal cleaning person and we'll just ask for that fee. That way, we don't also have to wait around, because we had to wait 2 hours for them to clean here when we trust the
Like, we didn't
cleaning
get
service that we use.
we
So
didn't
we
get
can
home- We didn't get home till 4:30 in the morning that day, and we had a booking at 8 a.m. the next day.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna add on a $500 charge just to secure the cleaning, so that everybody can just leave and have a good rest of their night and not have to clean. So
I
that's
love
a new
that.
thing that we're doing.
Well, and thank you for sharing that, because I feel like for newer venue owners listening to this who are maybe like, oh, I'd love to do that, but maybe you don't quite have the confidence yet to include that. You know, you're giving them some borrowed confidence, right? To say, hey, go ahead and charge that earlier on, so you give that great experience. Yeah. And those are the lessons that you learn as you're running stuff. So I love that. Tell me about your roles. What do each of you do for the venue? Do you kind of both collaborate on everything, or do you have separate roles?
Well, Michael is like the reason that the Glass Slipper Palace is
Stop it some more. Stop it.
is as successful as it is. He does a lot.
I'll start.
He does literally almost everything.
So-
I'm basically just the back end.
No, don't say that. So it all started, honestly, again, going back to your podcast and stuff like that. I run a mile every day, and I'm on day 638 straight days.
Go.
And twice a week I do two miles. So I started reading a lot of books, listening to podcasts ever since we started getting serious, from February, was it March 2020, right when the pandemic hit or whatever it is. I started running a lot more, but only listening to this. I cut out all the music, all of my friends' DJ lists and stuff like that, and it helped. Like, you know, I was reading like Rich Dad Poor Dad, like Richest Man in Babylon, You Owe You, Good to Great, like, you know, How to Win, was it Friends and Influence People, like all those books. And like I think I'm at like 52 books now, I think. And I hate books, but audio, amazing.
Yeah.
And from that, I've learned so much to how to take in responsibilities, how to, you know, be calm and just be patient, trust the process, and just different things like that. And then too, you know, your podcast and a lot of other podcasts too, just learning how to deal with roles. And so I handle all the marketing. I respond to all the emails. Me and her split the calls back and forth if we need to call people. We actually use Honeybook to track everything, to put all our notes. And in IT, I actually learned this, you know, years ago. Just anytime there's an issue, if the client or the user didn't want to press off and on and got mad, but when they hit press off and on and it worked, that's in the notes. Hey, watch out for this person. So now we do that same thing. Hey, you know, this person did this. They said this. They rescheduled 4 times, never came. Finally came. Worried about this packet. You know, whatever the note is, we put that in there. Me and her. You know, we do again. I do all the marketing, the social media. I handle most of the social media, probably like 90% of it. All the videos is all me. I handle that because I love editing. I love shooting. Whether if it's on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, you know, Instagram, YouTube. We started doing YouTube shorts, kind of just moving both platforms. But yeah, so and then I take care of that, and then she helps on the financial side.
So he is, again, an IT tech. So he is all remote. So he can actually physically do his job while at the Glass Slipper Palace from morning till afternoon or mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
But I actually still have to go to a job for now until,
at night.
At night. So yeah, I actually have to go to the high-end restaurant that I work at. And so it's a little bit harder for me because I am working so late to like get up early with him. So we kind of like, because we're also a photo studio, as we mentioned. So we're greeting customers. Some days I don't want to do my makeup. So I'm like, okay, you greet them today. I'm just going to do stuff on the laptop, and then there's days that I'll get ready and I'll greet them and he's doing stuff. So we kind of do switch on like that aspect, but I do a lot of the money handling, I guess, if you will, invoices, making sure, and also booking vendors is my role as well. So tables, we do have rectangular tables that we did just purchase. But if somebody wants round tables, I book those. I book the tent. I book the turf. I book all the outside vendors. So if somebody gets catering, I'll be in charge of that. Bar, I'm in charge of. So I'm basically a kind of a day of coordinator.
Yeah, you have that.
A wedding planner of some sort.
Yeah, you have that coordination piece for any of the, it sounds like the royalty package side of things and maybe even some of the other stuff. So that's so cool. Well, guys, thank you. I so appreciate you coming on. It's so neat to just hear the story of the Glass Slipper Palace, where you guys are at now. And Michael and Amanda, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. And seriously, we're gonna have to come out and do something in person there. That would be fun.
Please do. We're all the red carpet for you.
Yeah.
Or the gold carpet.
The gold carpet, I was going to say. Very cool. If people are interested in your venue or kind of in you guys and your story and just want to contact you, what's the best place to reach out to you?
Just our website, theglassslipperpalace.com. And it's the same across all platforms. THE, theglassslipperpalace.com.
Sweet.
Or Glass Slipper Palace. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you coming on the show. And yeah, we'll talk soon.
We got one more thing though. We got one more thing.
Yeah.
We just wanted to say thank you for
Having us on here.
I would say having us on, one, but two, honestly, I would have to say like this Glass Slipper Palace wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Because listening to you, all the podcasts and YouTubes, and we just want to, give you your flowers.
Yes. You guys are amazing.
That's so cool.
You.
That's
really
so cool.
You, though.
I love that. Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you. We appreciate it.
Cool. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Bye.